In the mid-2010s, the pop landscape felt like a well-oiled machine. The charts were dominated by radio-friendly singles from heavily marketed superstars, shaped by entire teams of producers, songwriters, and image consultants. Every performance was choreographed perfection, every lyric polished for mass appeal. The music industry was running on predictability. Then came a girl who was barely a teenager, Billie Eilish pirate Baird O'Connell. With oversized hoodies, hauntingly intimate vocals, and songs created not in million-dollar studios, but in her brother's bedroom in Los Angeles, she appeared almost by accident. Yet her arrival was like a shockwave. Within just a few years, she went from posting a song on SoundCloud for a dance class project to sweeping the Grammy Awards, headlining the world's biggest festivals, and becoming one of the most influential voices of her generation. Her story isn't just about fame. It's about disruption. How did a homeschooled teenager making music on her own terms completely rewire the rules of pop? How did she turn vulnerability into power and silence into the loudest voice in the room? Early life and unlikely beginnings, 2001 to 2015. Billie Eilish pirate Baird O'Connell was born on December 18, 2001, in Los Angeles, California. Her parents, Maggie Baird and Patrick O'Connell, were both actors and musicians. Unlike many child stars, Billie was never pushed toward fame. Her upbringing was grounded in creativity, experimentation, and freedom. Alongside her older brother, Phineas O'Connell, born in 1997. She was homeschooled. This unconventional path allowed them to spend hours writing, playing, and exploring art outside traditional structures. From an early age, Billie gravitated toward music. At 8 years old, she joined the prestigious Los Angeles Children's Chorus. The experience trained her ear and sharpened her vocal technique, instilling discipline she would later transform into her unique whispery delivery. Meanwhile, Phineas began experimenting with songwriting and production. He joined a band and honed his skills with GarageBand, turning their small home into a creative workshop. Billie also faced health challenges. She was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome and experienced episodes of synesthesia, where sounds, shapes, and colors blend together. Rather than setbacks, these conditions shaped her artistry, giving her music a layered, sensory quality and her visuals a surreal, dreamlike edge. The turning point came in 2015. Phineas had written a song called Ocean Eyes for his band. Billie recorded it so her dance teacher could choreograph a routine. They uploaded it to SoundCloud, expecting only a few friends to listen. Instead, the song spread like wildfire across blogs and playlists. It was raw, haunting, and unlike anything else at the time. Without a record label or marketing, Billie and Phineas had already found an audience. The rise of a teenage star, 2016 to 2018. By 2016, industry executives had taken notice. Billie signed with Darkroom, an imprint of Interscope Records. What stood out wasn't just her youth, she was only 14, but the fact that her sound felt so self-contained. While most artists her age were molded by adults, Billie and Phineas were building everything themselves. The lyrics, the melodies, the production. In 2017, she released her debut EP, Don't Smile at Me. Tracks like Belik, a playful yet chilling meditation on guilt, and I Don't Wanna Be Anymore, an aching confession of insecurity, resonated deeply with teenagers navigating the chaos of identity in the age of Instagram. Critics compared her to Lorde, another young artist who captured adolescent angst, but Billie's stripped-down, bedroom-crafted sound felt even more personal, like a secret whispered into headphones. Her visuals were just as groundbreaking. Billie intentionally wore baggy clothing, rejecting the industry's fixation on women's bodies. She once said, "Nobody can have an opinion because they haven't seen what's underneath." This stance became revolutionary for young fans tired of unrealistic beauty standards. By 2018, Billie was touring internationally, drawing sold-out crowds and millions of online streams. Her fan base grew into a community bonded not just by her music, but also by her openness about mental health, body image, and the struggles of growing up. Yet the real breakthrough, the moment she became a global household name, was still ahead. Breaking Records, Breaking Rules, 2019 to 2021. In March 2019, Billie released her debut album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? It was unlike anything in mainstream pop. Songs like Bad Guy mixed tongue-in-cheek humor with pulsating bass lines. Bury a Friend embraced horror imagery, drawing listeners into a surreal nightmare. You Should See Me in a Crown radiated menace and power. The album was experimental yet accessible, eerie yet playful. The world noticed. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. At 17, Billie became the first artist born in the 2000s to top the US chart and the youngest woman in history to achieve a #1 album. Bad Guy dethroned Lil Nas X's Old Town Road from its record-breaking reign at the top of the Billboard Hot 100. Her success wasn't just musical, it was cultural. In January 2020, at the 62nd Grammy Awards, Billie made history. She swept the Big Four categories: Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist. Something no woman had ever accomplished before. At just 18 years old, she was the youngest artist to do so. Finneas also won Producer of the Year, showcasing the power of their sibling partnership. Billie then crossed into film. She recorded No Time to Die, the theme song for the James Bond film of the same name. Released in early 2020, the track was a moody, cinematic ballad that won an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and a Grammy. At 18, Billie was the youngest artist ever to record a Bond theme. Even during the global pandemic, Billie remained at the center of pop culture. In 2021, she released her sophomore album, Happier Than Ever. The title track became an anthem, starting as a soft ballad before erupting into raw, distorted rage. Fans and critics praised her willingness to grow, experiment, and push her sound into new territory. Once again, she debuted at #1 worldwide. Beyond the music, cultural influence and evolution, 2022 present. By the early 2020s, Billie had become more than a musician. She was a cultural force. Fashion houses like Gucci collaborated with her, and she even launched her own fragrance line. Her Vogue cover in 2021, where she appeared in corsets and platinum blonde hair, sparked global debate. Was she abandoning her signature oversized look, or was she reclaiming her right to present herself however she wanted? Billie made the answer clear. Choice was the point. She has also been a vocal activist. Billie uses her platform to speak about climate change, veganism, women's rights, and body positivity. She has performed at benefit concerts, supported climate initiatives, and encouraged fans to take action. In 2022, she headlined Glastonbury Festival, becoming the youngest solo headliner in its history. Her presence symbolized a generational shift in both music and politics. In 2023, she returned to soundtracks with What Was I Made For Greta Gerwig's Barbie. The song, a delicate reflection on identity, resonated deeply with audiences questioning their own sense of purpose. It went on to win the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 2024, solidifying Billie as an artist capable not only of dominating charts, but also of defining cultural moments. Through it all, she has remained close to her brother Finneas, who continues to co-write and produce nearly all her music. Together, they've proven that global superstardom doesn't require abandoning authenticity or family. Redefining pop, redefining power. Billie Eilish's story is more than just a rise to fame. It's a blueprint for how the music industry itself is changing. She showed that you don't need to fit into the system to succeed. She proved that vulnerability, intimacy, and honesty can resonate louder than perfection. She challenged how women are seen in pop, how music is produced, and what it means to build a career in the digital age. Her legacy is still unfolding. But one thing is certain, Billie Eilish isn't just part of pop culture. She is actively rewriting it. Do you think Billie's success marks a permanent shift in how the music industry operates? Or is she a rare exception who broke through at the perfect moment? Can authenticity truly become the new standard in pop? Or will the industry always try to return to its old formulas? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this story much like Billie's music, is far from over. Watch more interesting stories. Subscribe to our channel.